Good morning, students. Hope you all are doing well. Today we will start with this fourth chapter, A Question of Trust, written by Victor Canning, from Footprints Without Feet. So before proceeding chapter, let us discuss about the main characters. See, Horace Denby and a lady in red. There are two main characters. Horace Denby, he is middle-aged man, about 50. His business is of lock making. He is very hale and hearty. He has an unusual hobby of collecting rare and expensive books, which he finds to buy out of his honest income. So, to fulfill his desire, he steals once a year. And second, a lady in red, she is young, pretty. She is a thief by profession, but projects herself as mistress of the house at Shotover Grange. She is confident and bold. She is cunning, shrewd, and how cunningly she plays game with Horace Denby and traps him, we will come to know through this chapter. Now, the title, A Question of Trust. Horace trusted the lady in red, and he opened the safe without wearing his gloves. And this error, this blunder of not wearing the gloves cost him dearly, and the police traced him with the help of his fingerprints that they found all over the place of crime. Now, let us start with the chapter. Everyone thought that Horace Denby was a good, honest citizen. Everyone had a very neat and clean image about Horace Denby, and they thought that he was a very good and honest citizen. He was about 50 years old and unmarried. He was unmarried and he was around 50 years old, and he lived with a housekeeper who used to take care of his health. He used to take care of him. In fact, he was usually very well and happy except for attacks of hay fever in summer. But he was very happy. But one problem he faced, he had the attacks of hay fever. Hay fever is the allergy reaction. He had an allergy reaction in summers. He faced allergy reactions in summer. He made locks and was successful enough at his business to have two helpers. He was running the business of lock making, and he was successful enough because he had two helpers. Two helpers were there in his business. Yes, Horace Denby was good and respectable. He was good and respectable, but not completely honest. Not completely honest. Note down this. Why? This will come to know through the chapter. 15 years ago, Horace had served his first and only sentence in a prison library. Due to theft, he had to be sentenced in a prison library, and we'll come to know about the theft. Horace loved rare, expensive books, so he robbed a safe every year. Every year he used to rob a safe because he was fond of expensive and rare books. Each year he planned carefully just what he would do, stole enough to last for 12 months, and secretly brought the books he loved to an agent. Now, what he used to do? Every year, only once in a year he used to theft, and that too very carefully. He used to plan out the theft very carefully. Each and everything he used to plan in a very systematic way for theft. And after getting money out of theft, he used to purchase the books through the agent. Now, walking in the bright July sunshine, that was a time of July sunshine, he felt sure that this year's robbery was going to be as successful as all the others, and he was very much sure that this year The robbery which he was planning would be very successful as earlier. For 2 weeks he had been studying the house at Shotover Grange. Now for robbing the house, he was studying, he was looking, he was investigating each and everything of the house which he was planning to rob. That was Shotover Grange. Looking at its room, its electric wiring, its paths and garden, everything he was investigating very carefully. This afternoon, the two servants who remained in Grange while the family was in London had gone to the movies. Now, this afternoon, and he was, before doing the robbery, before doing the theft in anywhere, first he used to investigate each and everything very good. And he knew that the family, they were in London, they were out in London, and the two servants, those who were staying in the house, they had gone for the movie. Horace saw them go. When they left for the movie, when the servants, they left for the movie, Horace saw them go. And he felt happy in spite of a little tickle of the hay fever in his nose. And he felt very happy because he knew, he was under impression. He was assuming that he will be as successful as other robberies he has done, because nobody was at home, the family was in London, and the two servants, they had gone for the movie. And as I told you, he had the hay fever, though he had the tickle sensation of this reaction, allergy reaction. He came out from behind the garden wall, his tools carefully pegged in a bag on his back. And now he came out from behind the garden wall. He pegged the tools in a bag on it, and he carried the bag, and he was preparing himself for the theft. There were about 15,000 pounds worth of jewels in Grange safe. See, he knew each and everything of that house. As I told you before, committing any theft, he used to investigate each and everything, and even he knew how much jewels was kept in Grange safe. If he sold them one by one, he expected to get at least 5,000, enough to make him happy. And now, he said, if he'll sell them, so definitely he was expecting 5,000. And he said that this amount will make him happy for another year. There were 3 very interesting books coming up for sale in autumn. And now he knew that in autumn, 3 books were coming up for the sale in autumn, and with the money of this theft, which he will commit in Shotover Grange, he will purchase those 3 books. Now, he would get the money, he wanted to buy them. And now, as he was very much fond of the rare and expensive books, and now he said he'll purchase those books from this money. He had seen the housekeeper hang the key to the kitchen door on the hook outside, and as I told you, he was observing each and everything. He put on a pair of gloves. And now, why did he put on a pair of gloves? जिससे कि fingerprints ना रह जाए. He put this gloves. He took the key from there. He opened the door. He was always careful not to leave any fingerprints, and he was very much careful about the fingerprints. That is why he used to wear the gloves. A small dog was lying in the kitchen. As he opened the door, there was a dog lying in the kitchen. It stirred, it moved, made a noise, and the dog made a noise and moved its tail in a friendly way, and it started wagging its tail in a friendly way. All right, Sherry. See, the way he planned, he knew the name of the dog also. He said, all right, Sherry. And Horace said, as he passed, all you. And Horace, he said, he knew the name of dog and said, all you had to do to keep dogs quiet was to call them by their right names and show them love. If you want a dog to keep quiet, you just call them out by their names and show them love. So, they will not create anything and they will be quiet. The safe was in the drawing room behind a rather poor painting. The safe which he was going to rob, where the jewel was kept, that was behind the painting. Poor painting, it was not good. The painting was not good, and behind that safe was there. Horace wondered for a moment whether he should collect pictures instead of books. For a moment, he thought to collect the pictures, it is also a good hobby. We can he can collect the pictures also instead of the books. But they took up too much room. But after that, he thought like paintings, they occupy lot of space. In a small house, books were better. And he says that small house ke liye books are better. To purchase the books, that is a good hobby instead of collecting the paintings. There was a great bowl of flowers on the table, and there was a bowl in which the flowers were there. And Horace felt his nose tickle. Again, as I told you, he had the hay fever, he had the allergy reaction. So, some of the people, they face the problem of pollen allergy. Flowers में जो pollen होते हैं उससे allergy होती है. So, he also had the same problem. So, his nose tickle, again he had the sensation because of this pollen. He gave a little sneeze and then put down his bag. He sneezed and he was carrying a bag in which his tools were there. He kept the bag down. He carefully arranged his tools. He had 4 hours before the servants. I mean, now he had enough time to rob the safe. He knew that the servants, they will not return before 4 hours. And what he did? He kept the bag and ठीक है. The safe was not going to be hard to open. Why this line, the safe? Why it was not going to be hard to open? Because already he was in the business of lock making, and obviously when he was in the business of lock making, so that was an easy task for him. To open the safe was not a difficult task for him. That was an easy task for him. After all, he had lived with locks and safes for all life because he was doing this business only. The burglar alarm was poorly built. Burglar alarm कहते हैं जिससे thief आते हैं then starts बजने लग जाता है तो alarm that is a sort of alarm. तो वो कहते हैं he says that it was poorly built. It was poorly that alarm was poorly built. He went into the half to cut, but still, what did he do? Horace, for the safety point of view, he cut the wire. He came back and sneezed loudly as the smell of the flowers came to him again. And he came back after cutting the wire and he sneezed loudly because of the allergy of pollen and came to him again. Now, how foolish people are when they own valuable things. And now he's thinking, see how foolish these people are living in Shotover Grange because they are having so many of valuable things. They own so many of valuable things. And valuable things, उनको क्यों बोला लापरवाह? Because every information was given in the magazine about the safe, about the rooms, and everything was given in the magazine of this Shotover Grange. Horace thought a magazine article had described this house, giving a plan of all rooms and a picture of this room. The writer had even mentioned that the painting hid a safe. How anyone can do this? Like they were having so many of valuable items, things, and each and everything was mentioned in the magazine article. Everything was described about this house, about the rooms, plan was given about the rooms, picture, and even it was mentioned in that magazine that the safe was behind the painting, that the painting hid a safe. See, this is the reason Horace Denbigh called the people foolish people, because each and everything was mentioned in the article. Why this was happened? Why this was mentioned in the article? Because this house belonged to a rich man and he might have considered it a matter of pride to flaunt it through the magazine article. ठीक है, pomp and show बोलते हैं जिसको, flaunt, isn't it? दिखावे के लिए, he might have mentioned in the article. But Horace found that the flowers were hindering him in his work. Hindering is obstruction, किसी चीज में रुकावट आना. But now Horace started feeling these flowers because of the allergy, pollen allergy. That was a sort of, they were obstructing and he was sneezing. He buried his face in his handkerchief and he buried his covered. He hid his face in the handkerchief. Then he heard a voice say from the doorways, "What is it? A cold or hay fever?" All of a sudden, when he was sneezing, he heard a voice, he heard the sound. Somebody was asking, "What is it? A cold or hay fever? You are facing cold or you are facing hay fever?" This is the thrill in story. As Horace, he was under impression, nobody is in the house. People, the family members, they are staying in London, they are living in London, and the servants, they had gone to see the movie. And this is a thrill in the story. All of a sudden, there was a voice asking whether he was facing cold or hay fever. Before he could think, he was all of a sudden, after listening this voice, he was puzzled. And before he could think, सोच पाता, इससे पहले, Horace said, "hay fever," and found himself sneezing again. And he said, "hay fever." And he again sneezed. The voice went on. The voice again, it went on. "You can cure it with a special treatment, you know, if you find out just what plant gives you the disease." And the voice said, "You can cure this hay fever with a special treatment if you know, if you can make out, you can know about the plant which gives you the allergy. I think you had better see a doctor." And now the lady advises Horace to move to the doctor. If you are serious about your work, if you are serious about the work means if you are serious about your plan, whatever the planning you are doing, obviously about theft. So first treat your allergy. I heard you from the top of the house just now. And that lady, she says, I was on the top of the house and I heard your sneezing. This lady, she is also a thief. She is a very cunning and shrewd thief, lady in red, as I told you earlier. And she might have come for the, definitely she had come for the theft, and she might have gone upstairs just to check out if she can get from there. It was a quiet, kindly voice. It was a quiet, but that voice was very kind and quiet, but one with firmness. Firmness is like she was very firm. A woman was standing in the doorway, and that lady, she was standing in the doorway, and Sherry was rubbing against her. Rubbing against her, see, expressing the emotions, like Sherry was standing there, the dog was standing there, and the dog was expressing the emotions by rubbing itself against that lady. She was young, quite pretty, and was dressed in red. And that lady, there is a description about the lady. She walked to the fireplace and straightened the ornaments there. And she went near the fireplace और उसने जैसे अपने जो whatever the ornament she was wearing उसको ठीक किया जैसे. She straightened them. "Down, Sherry," she said. And she said to Sherry to sit. "Anyone would think I had been away for a month." Anyone could think कि I have gone for a month. She smiled at Horace, and she smiled at Horace and went on. And why did she smile? Because she wanted to, she was assuming as she was the owner of the house. And she wanted to grab the confidence of Horace, and went on. However, I came back just in time, though I did not expect to meet a burglar. I'd just come in time. Everybody was under impression that I'll be coming after a month. I'd gone for a month, but I had come in time, and I've met a burglar, a thief. I've met you. Horace had some hope because she seemed to be amused at meeting him. Abibi, like Horace, he had some hope. What hope? Ki she's not serious, like she was smiling. तो होरेस में अभी भी इसमें थोड़ी सी होप थी कि शायद ये लेडी, she's not serious and she seems to be happy after meeting me. So he might avoid trouble if he treated her. Agar he says, if I'll create trouble for this lady, so definitely she'll do something. So he might avoid trouble. So he said that he's not going to trouble that lady if he treated her the right way. And he says, if he treated her the right way, अगर ठीक से उसको treat करेगा, he replied, I did not expect to meet one of the family. So she can let me go. He will not meet, he would not be troubled, and he'll let him go. She nodded. I see what an inconvenience it is for you to meet me. What are you going to do? What are you thinking to do? Horace said, my first thought was to run. As I saw you, I was thinking to run away from here. Now, Horace also thought that she is the owner of the house. So he said that he's not going to trouble her. Might be as she was behaving politely with him. So he thought, might be she's not taking seriously. She's not taking the thing seriously, and she might allow it to move away. So as she asked Horace, what are you going to do? अब आप क्या करोगे? तो उसने कहा, my first thought is कि मुझे यहाँ से भाग जाना चाहिए. कि first thought was मुझे कि I would have run away from here. Of course you could do that. कहते yes, you can do, but would telephone the police and tell them all. But I would telephone the police and tell them all about you. They would get you at once. कहते if you'll do this, if you'll run away from here, so I can call the police. I can telephone the police, and they'll catch you. Horace said, I would of course cut the telephone wires first, and then. He hesitated, a smile on his face. Oh, I'm not going to do like this. Before running, I'll cut the wires of the telephone. How will you contact the police then? I would make sure that you could do nothing for some time. I would make sure that you could do nothing. I know you cannot do anything. A few hours would be enough. Few hours are enough for me to work. She looked at him seriously. Now she looked at him seriously. You had hurt me. You would hurt me? Means, अब she's asking, क्या करते आप मेरे साथ? आप मुझे hurt करते? Horace paused and then said, I think I was trying to frighten you when I said, कि नहीं, मैं आपको डराने की कोशिश कर रहा था. I was not thinking to hit you. I was just frightening you. आपको डरा रहा था. I said that. You didn't frighten me. No, I was not frightened. Horace suggested, it would be nice if you would forget you ever saw me. Let me go. Now Horace said, it would be good. He says, it would be fine if you forget about me, that you have seen me, and let me go. And now Horace is thinking, she's the owner of the house. That is why he's reacting like this. That is why he is behaving in this manner. The voice was suddenly sharp. The voice was suddenly sharp. This lady, she was speaking in a sharp manner. Why? Because she wanted to scare Horace for his attempt to rob her. उसको डराना चाहती थी. Why should I? You were going to rob me. Why should I? When he said, let me go, why should I allow you to move from here? Because you were going to rob me. आप rob करने वाले थे. If I let you go, if I let you go, अगर मैं आपको, if I give you the permission to move from here, you'll only rob someone else, and you are the burglar. आप यहाँ नहीं चोरी करोगे, कहीं और कर लोगे. You'll rob someone else. Society must be protected from men like you, and तुम जैसे आदमियों से, the person like you. Society must be protected from the person like you. Horace smiled. I'm not a man who threatens society. I steal only from those who have a lot of money. I steal for a very good reason, and I hate the thought of prison. Now, Horace, he's justifying himself. He's justifying himself by saying, see, I'm not a man who threatens society. Society को मैं नहीं डराता. And I steal from the person who are very well off, who had lot of money. I steal for a very, very good reason. Good reason? For the rare and expensive books. And I hate the thought of, and thinking about the prison, I hate even thinking about the prison. She laughed and he begged. She was laughing like anything. And like Horace, he was begging to let him go, let me go, thinking that he had persuaded her. And now he thought, as she laughed, now Horace thought that this lady, he has convinced, उसको उसने मना लिया है जाने के लिए, he has convinced that lady, look, I have no right to ask you for anything, but I am desperate. Let me go, and I promise never to do this kind of thing again. I really mean it. Now, like he was begging, he was begging, please let me go. अब आगे से I'm not going to do this burglary, this kind of burglary again. And I really mean it. अब मैं बोल रहा हूँ. She was silent, watching him closely. And that lady, she was very silent, and she was watching him very closely. Then she said, you are really afraid of going to prison, aren't you? As in the above passage, Horace said that he hates the thought of prison, and she questions him. So you are afraid of going to prison, aren't you? She came over him, shaking her head. I have always liked the wrong kind of person. And she came near him and she was shaking her head. Say, I like the people, wrong kind of a people. She picked up a silver box from the table. And she picked a silver box from the table, and in which cigarette was lying. Horace, eager to please her and seeing that she might help him, took off his gloves and gave her his cigarette lighter. Now somehow Horace, he was trying to convince that lady so that she would allow him to move. Horace, eager to please her and seeing that she might help him, took off his gloves. He removed his glove and gave her his cigarette lighter. Or he was having the cigarette lighter and he handed over his cigarette lighter to that lady. You will let me go. Now, please let me go. He held the lighter towards her and he gave the lighter to that lady. Yes, but only if you will do something for me. And she asked a favor from him. Okay, I wanted a favor from you. Anything you say. He was so desperate to go that he said, anything you say, I am ready to do. Before we left for London, I promised my husband to take my jewels to our bank. But I left them here in the safe. I want to wear them to a party tonight, so I came down to get them. But now this lady, she's so shrewd, cunning, and this is the made-up story. And she says to Horace, before going to London, I promised my husband to take my jewels to our bank. I told my husband to keep the jewels in bank, but I left them here in the safe. But I left I left my jewels in the safe. I want to now tonight I want to wear these jewels in the party. So I came down to get them. So this is the reason I came down, so that I can get my jewels from the safe. Horace smiled. You have forgotten Horace's number to open the safe, haven't you? Horace said, okay, I think you have forgotten your safe number. Yes, replied the young lady. Young lady said, see, the made up story, this is the made up story by this lady. She herself is a thief. And she says, yes, I want this safe to be opened because I have forgotten the number of the safe. Just leave it to me and you will have them within an hour. So, and Horace, he said, leave this task to me of opening this safe, and within 1 hour you will get your jewels. But I will have to break your safe. But for this, I will have to break your safe. Don't worry about that. My husband won't be here for a month, and I will have the safe mended by that time. He said, don't worry. Why you are worrying? कोई बात नहीं. Break their safe. She told to Horace. She asked Horace to break the safe and said, there is nothing to worry. My husband is going to visit visit after a month, and in between I'll get this safe repaired. And within an hour, Horace had opened the safe, given her jewels, and gone happily away. And within an hour, Horace, he relied on that lady, and he opened the safe, gave the jewels, and he went happily. For 2 days he kept his promise. What promise? See, in the previous passage, what did he say? He promised that he is not going to steal anymore. He is not going to do burglary. For 2 days he kept his promise. He kept the promise for 2 days to the kind young, because he has promised that lady. On the morning of the 3rd day, however, he thought of the books he wanted, and he knew he would have to look for another safe. And on the 3rd day, however, he knew about the books, those interesting books, they were coming up for the sale in the autumn, and now he planned for another safe, for another burglary. He was planning for another burglary. But will he get the chance for? No, because he has done a great mistake. He has opened that safe without wearing the gloves, and all the fingerprints were there. But he never got the chance to begin his plan, as he was planning for another safe, for the burglary. He did not get the chance because he was arrested by the police. By noon, a policeman had arrested him for the jewel robbery at Shotover Grange. Now he was arrested because he has committed a blunder. He opened the safe without wearing that gloves. His fingerprints, for he had opened the safe without gloves, were all over the room, and no one believed him when he said that the wife of the owner of the house had asked him to open the safe for her. And he was giving he told everyone that the owner of the house, she told me to open the safe, and I opened it. The wife herself, a grey-haired, sharp-tongued woman of 60, said that the story was nonsense. And now, the real owner of that house, she appears. She was around 60 years old. She had grey-haired, sharp-tongued woman, 60 years old. And she said, no, I didn't ask him to open the safe. This is made-up story. This is nonsense story. Horace is now the assistant librarian in the prison. Horace, up now, He's the assistant librarian in the prison. He often thinks of charming, clever young lady who was in the same profession as he was and who tricked him. And now she was thinking of that lady, clever lady, who made fool of him. He gets very angry when anyone talks about honor among thieves. And when anyone talks about honor among thieves, he gets angry. Like honor among thieves makes Horace angry. Why? Because he had experienced the bitter truth that no one can be trusted. Every thief is a criminal who does not have any principles. There is no honor and no truth. The lady thief, when he trusted that lady, she betrayed him in the name of honor. So this is the end of the chapter. I hope you all have understood. Just read the chapter. If you face any sort of problem, you can contact me personally and do all the textual questions in your notebook. Goodbye.